Welcome back to You'll Go Wild. In this episode we start our journey around New South Wales. We begin our trip in our hometown of Wollongong and head up to Mudgee. It's a 4.5-hour journey to Mudgee, so we've decided to break our journey up and visit Loon, formerly known as Dungaree. Our good friend Steve suggested to stop on our way through as it's a good photography spot. He wasn't wrong. Loo railway station opened in 1884, connecting Rylstone and Mudgee. Due to ongoing costs of repair, it closed for operation in 1992. There were plans to reopen in 2000 and the locals repainted the station, but unfortunately it never reopened. It's listed as a heritage site. On the other side of the railway are some historic buildings, a butcher's, draper, grocery store and a neighbouring hotel which was built in 1913, owned by the Thompson family after the original hotel burned down in 1885. He sold the hotel in 1929 but continued to manage the store until his passing in 1937. Sadly, only the pub is currently open and apparently it serves the best cold beer in the area. We had to carry on our journey, so we couldn't put this to a claim to the test. All was going to plan, and then we came to a road stop.
Well, that's a bit of a bummer, because according to Google Maps, we have to go straight on. Sure now where to go. Luckily it's a wide road, so it was easy to turn around. Obviously it is the Great Dividing Range. Why they've closed the road?
No, we might as well go back to Mudgee and fill up with fuel and be safe.
We're going to have to, yeah. So, what's the route we've got to do now?
So we've got to do the Cook's Gap route, but we're going to have to go back to Mudgee and make sure we fill up with fuel.
Because the road's closed. We don't know why the road's closed, but for some reason Google Maps on the past thing, which is linked to the Google Maps, says it's closed. Didn't tell it's closed, but it is. Our plan was to stay at the Goulburn River National Park, but the direct road to the site was closed and it was getting late in the day. And we needed petrol, so we had no option but to head back to Mudgee town centre. We like to free camp wherever we can, and it was a bit of a culture shock when we saw some of the prices in the area. One place wanted $35 per night per person. So we opted for the showground, $15 per day for an unpowered site. And I think it was $20 for a powered pitch. Now, a lot of forums give showgrounds a bit of a bad rap, and I'm sure there was a few that don't make muster, but it was a lovely here. The amenities were wonderful and new. The campsite was friendly and quiet at night. We were only going to stay one night, but because we were enjoying our stay, we ended up staying for two. We headed up to do the Fern Tree Gully Walk, which is supposed to be spectacular. Now I say supposed to be, well that's because we didn't actually do this walk. Our intention was to, but we accidentally set off on the wrong trail. What we actually did was the Peppermint walking track, and all the same, it was good.
A little cave up the top. So this is an orchid plant. It's one of the few orchids that actually can live outside. A lot of orchids you have live in houses and you have to have them inside. But this is fantastic. They call it a say what it is, a rock orchid. Dendrobium speciosum. Yeah. Amazing. I don't know if you can actually see, if I can try and zoom in. But these trees don't actually have any root system on them as such. There's no soil there, it's just rock, and they just buried their roots into the rock. It's amazing the wind doesn't blow them off. And they're tall as well, so it's amazing really. There we go. We're in the Great Dividing Range. The altitude is 750 metres. Okay.
We're off to Rylstone today. It's a small village just outside Mudgee, which was formed in 1846 and proclaimed a town in 1885 when the railway station was opened. It's steeped in history, and when you travel down the streets you can see that some of these buildings are still original. If you love antique stores, then you will be in your element here. We pulled over and stopped for a coffee and a wander around Goulburn Gallery and met a wonderful Aboriginal elder who happily chatted about his history of the town and his culture. Unfortunately, I didn't video our chat, and I'm kicking myself for not asking, because it would have made a great segment. He was very passionate about Bowden's Silver Mining Company that extracts heavy metals in the area, a topic I will focus on in our next video, so don't forget to subscribe. If you decide to head out to Rylstone, there are some great things to do here. There are the guided farm walks where you can get your hands dirty on a working farm. 2 farms are chosen each month, and participants get to meet the farmer, ask them questions and hear how passionate they are about what they produce. And you get to see the various stages of the production based on the season. There's also the Rylstone Olive Press, a maker of winning olive oils, and all the French style de Beaupère wines, which I probably pronounce very badly. I'm sorry.
Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to wonder? I
Today we're on our way to Goulburn River National Park and we stop on our way through to visit Frog Rock. It's a natural granite block formation on the side of the road in the shape of a crouching frog on the Ulan Road. Fun fact, did you know that the granite from this area was used in the construction of the new Parliament House in Canberra?
I'll be here waiting. I'll be here waiting.
There are many things to do in Mudgee, the obvious being the wineries, which would take a while to test them all. Then there's the weekly produce markets and of course heaps of festivals throughout the year. We sadly chose the only time when most of these had closed due to the public, either because of holidays or due to COVID restrictions. But it's definitely a place we could like to return to and visit again. Next time on You'll Go Wild, we set up camp at the Goulburn River National Park.
Engineering geologist.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Quad drilling for all.
Like, subscribe
Drill rigs,
and share.
Directed rigs and been underground often, various parts of the world. And I know what happens to groundwater, and often you can't predict how long till impact may be.